Hey guys, today I wanted to show you the easiest way to get started with local AI, and in my opinion what I feel like this app is one-stop shop for us to get started with the local AI really easily, and it has some really nice feature as well as a great GUI which all we crave for. So I'm Minaj, let's get started. First thing we are going to do is go to MSTY.APP, and here we can see the information about MSTY, and they claim it to be a hassle-free setup, which personally I found it is indeed. So here is the web page and we could see the features that it has. So let's go ahead and install MSTY. So we can come here to download MSTY. Click on it. I work on Windows, so I'm choosing Windows, but if you have Mac, choose Mac accordingly, whether it's Apple Silicon, M1, M2 chips or Intel chips. I'm gonna go ahead, choose Windows, and as of now if you see, MSTY only supports AMD and NVIDIA or the CPU version only. So for now let's go ahead and get the AMD or NVIDIA version. We'll wait until it is downloaded and then we will run the setup. So download is done. Let's click execute the setup. The good thing about it is that we don't have to do anything else. Once installation is finished, MSTY will open on its own. We don't have to do any other clicks or anything. There we go, it has installed and opened automatically. This is the welcoming screen. Here we could see that we could do local setup as well as add remote provider. This is helpful to connect if you have an API for OpenAI, Azure, Cloud and such. It is also helpful if you have already an instance of Ollama running. You could use this remote connection provider to connect to that Ollama instance that you already have. So for now we're going to use the setup local AI option. It also tells us the location that is going to use for the model. The great thing about this is here that if you already have a previous Ollama instance running and you have downloaded some models before and it is saved in this location, this MSTY instance can use already downloaded model if you already have it. So we are going to go ahead with this local setup AI and click continue. That's it. We can start chatting now. The MSTY underneath uses Ollama itself. The good thing is here you just have one app sort of setting, so you don't have to download Ollama separately and then download a GUI such as openWebUI separately and then hook them up together. MSTY does all that for you. So here we have a nice GUI, we have our local AI up and running, and we can start chatting. So first let me show you what are all the things available on our left menu pane. So first thing is workspace. It is just a nicer way to organize work by separating it to a different workspace. Then we have remote model providers menu. In here you could add a remote provider. It could be OpenAI and Cloud and all others that is listed here, as well as your own Ollama instance if you have it already. And then we have an option of local AI model. That is where we can install the model that is available. We can go to this installed model tabs and see what models we have installed. Then we have knowledge stack. Knowledge stack is something where you could provide your own document. It is going to create a database and then it will be able to refer to that database or to those content, and you can ask question about it. And then we have prompts library. It's just already predefined set of prompts that MSTY has already organized. And then we have this setting icon where we could see our general information about local AI, remote model provider, default prompts. Here you could create a default prompt. You could just say that you are a market research assistant, do this, do that and such, and it will act as a system prompt. So whenever you are sending a prompt at the chat, it will evaluate those instructions first and answer accordingly. Let's ask any question. Now we will see the DeepSeek response. Now the response is done. MSTY mentioned the timing of this as in about 1 second, and on your left you will see the conversation history. This is similar to what we see in our chat GPT UI where you have conversation named. So this already renamed or named our conversation, and you could create more conversation and it'll save your history here. So we can start a new conversation, say we got our conversation marked and the answer given, and also how much time DeepSeek took to think. This is a great feature, I think. This is the conversation bar that you could collapse, expand. So let's get to know some other cool feature that MSTY has. Say if you are trying to evaluate different models, you could use something called a split chat. We don't have many models right here, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and download the model and see how this split chat works. What this can accomplish is, for use case you want to evaluate few models, you could add to the split chat, get your prompt and get the answer, and just compare which answer suits you the best, and then maybe that will be the model that you're going to use for your use case. So in MSTY, to download other model to your local AI, we could go to this local AI models icon, click on it, and it will open a window where it says that what are all the local AI models are available for us to download. This tells us the compatibility, what MSTY thinks would work on a machine well. So for example, deepseek R1, the compatibility is 100%, Llama 38%, and so on. So for our comparison purpose, let's go ahead and download some tiny models. So I'm going to download this tiny dolphin, and I will also download tiny llama. Alright, so we have these two models installed, tiny llama and tiny dolphin. You could see the list of installed model by clicking here at install model, and it will show you what are all the models you have as of now. So let's go ahead, close this window, go to our split chat. In here I'm gonna select tiny dolphin. On the third one I'm gonna select tiny llama, and let's send us a message again and see how all those three model responds. Copy, paste. If you see, when I paste it, the same prompt appears on all these three chat window. So hit enter in any of them and it will send the message to all of three. So we have response from tiny llama, tiny dolphin, as well as deepseek R1 distill model of 1.5p, and we can compare and see which response we like the best and choose that model for our use case. So let's move ahead on to the other feature, which is going online. What I mean by going online is, I'm gonna select Llama 3.1 and I will enable this icon, which is a globe mark. This tells whether in this conversation we are going to fetch something latest from online. So we can click enable it, and we can hold control and click, and it will show us the search provider. We will select Google and send it a prompt saying that there we have it. We have latest news fetched from online because we had this online internet search enabled. For example, a recent earthquake has struck a remote origin in Indonesia, causing widespread damage and loss of life. Let's go to Google and we see that we did have an earthquake in Indonesia of 5.4 magnitude. I hope everyone is well. So this is very exciting. The model itself doesn't go online. It's the MSTY doing all the work and providing the model enough information and context to answer based on what it fetched from the online as of today. The next feature I want to show you is based on knowledge stack. Knowledge stack works bit of rag. What you could do, you could provide your document and ask question about it through your local AI. Let me show how it works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and download a random resume, provide it as a knowledge base, and ask our model to give us a detail about or summary about the person, a resume, and ask question if that person can be a fit for a particular job. Go back to MSTY, click on knowledge stack. For knowledge stack, we are going to use our local AI model. So select use local AI model. It will download MSTY, which in turn handles how these knowledge based are saved and interacted by the local model. So we're going to click on add our first knowledge stack. Let's title resume, add. We can drag and drop files or browse files. I'm going to browse the file that I have downloaded, simple resume, open it, and what we're going to do, we're going to hit compose. Let's compose it. It is composing a document. It is sort of creating a database underneath. We can close it And let's start a new conversation and come here in the knowledge stack option. Select our knowledge stack called resume that we just added. That's it. It should refer to our resume now. Tell me a summary of the resume. There we go. It has read our provided resume and gave a description of what it is, and it is indeed a template resume, and the citation is the location where we have saved the resume. This is a great way for you to analyze a document. For example, you can have a research paper. You can add a research paper as a knowledge base and ask question about it. Say, summarize the research paper. What are the key important takeaways from the research, and so on. So that is for this video. I really like MSTY because of its ease of installation as well as the feature it offers. The GUI is great. I personally like MSTY more than openWebUI because for a normal user you have to do few installation, get a Docker up and running and such to get the GUI, but MSTY packs everything all at one place. I hope you get your hands on MSTY and experiment with it, enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.